Seconds.
All right. What's up, everybody? This intro. This is Alvi13. This is the podcast, episode 3, mechanical keyboards. That's the subject we're talking about today. I have a special guest, Hayday. He goes by Not Hayday on Twitch. Basically, to finish my intro, I'm a gamer. I am basically a PC enthusiast. So that's how it's going to play into what we're going to be talking about today. I really like to play with all the PC peripherals, accessories, and mechanical keyboards has been on our minds as of recently. So that's it. Let me hand it over to Hayday.
For a while.
Welcome to the show, Hayday. We're really happy to have you here.
Of course. Thank you. It's good to be here. It's different. It's nice to not have to focus on Fortnite.
That's understandable.
Else,
so for people that don't know,
a new reality.
Hayday, he is a semi-professional streamer, competitive player on the Fortnite Battle Royale game. Which, if you don't know Fortnite, it's the #1 game in America. So you should know Fortnite. If you do, if you talk about video games, you got to talk about Fortnite. And yeah, that's about him.
Unless you live under a rock, but
some people live under a rock. So what do you think? Should we get on to the did I about cover your credentials there, Hayday?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool.
You're not off at all.
Yeah, I'm on point. That's what I do. That's who I am. That's why I'm making a podcast.
You're on point,
partly.
Man.
So,
a new reality.
You might even say I'm relevant or highly relevant.
No.
My brother, can you
You're
turn down
relevant, man.
my mic coming into your headset? Can you just turn it down just a little bit so we get a little bit less feedback? That'd be great.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. I know you want me coming through. So
yeah, I got you there.
Yeah, I understand. Let's get on to the topics. Should we get on to the stuff we want to talk about?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you tell people
you have questions? I'm here to answer them.
You've been kind of advanced when it comes to mechanical keyboard world, especially the compact mechanical keyboards, because you're actually the one that got me back interested in it. I stepped out of the keyboard game for a long time because there wasn't a lot of innovation for a long time. And then I kind of saw, what did I see? I saw the evolution.
Yeah, and then
yeah, for sure. The personalization kicked in, right? Which was, I loved it. You saw the interplay between like a custom mouse and
different keycaps, different cables.
Yes, mechanical keyboards became cheap and plentiful, right? And one of the things we're going to be talking about today, which I was listening to Tech Tips Linus on YouTube. He was saying that the patent for the Cherry MX. Yes, we could drop YouTube names. Random Frank P. What's the other gentleman that does
Austin Evans.
Austin Evans.
Do you want to get there?
Thank you. Hey guys, it's Austin.
Brandon Taylor.
So there's a lot of them.
Hey guys, this is Austin.
They're knowledgeable. We are entertained by them. But pretty much he was saying that Cherry MX lost the patent. In other words, their patent expired. Which, if you don't know Cherry MX, they're a German switch manufacturer. They've been #1, and many people consider them to be the #1 quality switch right now, still. So that's that.
There's close replicas of them, but they're not the same.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna hold that, and I'm gonna actually go back to refer to my notes here on talking about the key switches. We'll get back to that, okay? Where was I leading into, Hayday?
Yeah.
I was.
You were talking about the customization.
Oh yeah.
And
about getting back.
What got you back into it?
Right.
Into keyboards.
But you're I want you to tell us like how you like got into it. Like, how did you get into mechanical keyboards? And yeah, go ahead.
You started off, I was playing controller for 5.5 seasons, and I wanted to switch to keyboard and mouse just because it seemed a little better at the time. Obviously, controller is the way now with just aim assist and aimbot, but besides that, it just seemed like a cool thing to get into. The clickiness of it just seems more satisfying. And then once you realize that you have so many different styles and options and customization and you can kind of like, you can almost put your feelings into a keyboard. You know what I mean? And it's not just like a regular thing. You can, there's so many options out there. There's millions of options.
Okay. So it came down to there was a necessity for it, and then it became like you entered into the industry. You entered into the reality of the world of mechanical keyboards, right?
Right.
So
yeah, there's you start off with the basic keyboard, the basic gaming keyboard, and you start decreasing it and getting it more involved into higher quality. That's why I started getting to 60% and 65% and smaller.
Okay, so we are focusing the discussion on the compact world. Before we get into the complete compact keyboard discussion, I saw the shift from membrane keyboards. They up the quality. They got very expensive. You could pay like $200 for a membrane keyboard, but it had all the bells and whistles and colors. The lighting was there. That's
not gonna last.
Yeah, well, there's longevity, and then it comes down to it's a tool, right? It's a tool for typing. It's a tool for gaming. It's data entry, but it's also like a statement. And so I look at it like you're making a statement, and it's a utility, the utility of you putting information in or data input in terms of gaming and stuff like that. So it's the interface between human and computer. That's the mechanical keyboard. So think about how big that is, right?
Right.
So if you think that's big, which it is, then you realize that people are going to be pursuing better interfaces. And that's where the mechanical keyboard comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
But when you talk about mechanical keyboards, man, and I don't want to harp on this too long, you talk about going way back, because the old computers had mechanical type keyboards. When you used to buy a computer, when computers first came out, this is the history. I'm an old person, so I'm just talking about stuff before young Hayday was born. I got my first computer system, and it came with IBM, the M keyboard. And the way they built computers back then, when you're spending $6,000 in the 90s, that's a lot of money. That's the equivalent of what? $15,000 of modern money.
A lot.
And now with the 4-point-something trillion they printed, I'm sure it's even more. But yeah, they built keyboards to last, because if Americans would not be like, it was actually for the world, but the users, let's say the users would not put up with a keyboard that broke. And in recent times, you go on Amazon, you can buy a keyboard for $15, $8, $12, $30. What kind of quality do you think you're gonna get for that kind of keyboard?
And it lasts a month. That's it.
Last a month? It's a disposable
That's some
product,
isn't
type
it? Shit that he's gonna try.
It's freaking disposable society, just like my friend used to say. It's
it's not gonna last.
It's not gonna last.
It's like a bathroom. It's supposed to smell like shit. It's not supposed to smell good.
Interesting. So, pivoting back to mechanical keyboards, mechanical keyboards are the answer because it's quality and it's something that you feel good
over
using
quantity.
it. Yeah, not a quantity. It's not a quantity product, and even to the point of that they have bespoke, they have custom boutique keyboard manufacturers who hand build the products. I was talking to my friend about this because he was saying, why does a keyboard cost $300, $400, $600? How can you justify that? Aren't the parts cheap? We know the parts
Up to
are cheap.
$3,000.
First of all, not everything is from China. We just talked about
Right.
Cherry MX. That's Germany. That's not China. Okay? So it's kind of like a mislabel.
Yeah.
Just because
Yeah.
everything is made in China now doesn't mean you're getting a Chinese product. So that's
Right.
part of
Yeah,
part of
that
the
doesn't mean it at
discussion.
all.
Historically, what we've seen is we've seen companies. It's all about quality control, right? They might make the thing in China or get the parts from China. It could be an American assembling that. It could be an American designing that. And it could be an American manager who oversaw that from A to Z before it got to your doorstep, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
So, quality can be there. That's the reality we have to face in 2020
Right.
because stuff is hardly coming back to the United States in terms of manufacturing. So we're just going to have to find quality where we can find it.
Right. That's it's getting harder to find, but they're coming out with more.
So in the mechanical keyboard world, do you want to talk about the different tiers of mechanical keyboards? We were preparing for our podcast today, and we got into
There's
the entry level, the $100 to $200 mainstream keyboards, and then the ultra expensive high end, right?
there's like the ones where it's the 101, no one else has it.
Can you give us first
And
of all?
you can always make a keyboard to where no one else has it, but you can.
Tell us what kind of keyboard you use, Hayday, in terms of the tier.
So I have 3 main ones, and they're all the same tier. They're not the cheap ones from Amazon, and they're not the handmade $3,500 ones. They're around, fully customized. They're around, 200 to 400. And they all have the same switches. Some of them have different keycaps. They have different rubber bands. Some of them don't have RGB, but they're all in the same. They're all in the medium to high quality.
Yeah, and I think there's. I was impressed because I think you really nailed it. You got the mainstream keyboards that are really bringing a lot of value. You don't have to chase $1,000 keyboard.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. And if you look at the Amazon's
Right.
or we don't want to drop a lot of names, but we do want to. Well, everything that we're going to be talking about today, we talked about this, and I was just like, look, let's just throw this out there. MechanicalKeyboards.com. They're not a sponsor. We don't necessarily want you to buy anything from them or anything. We're not promoting them, but the brands that we're going to be talking about,
Because they're not paying us.
They're not paying us. That's right, for sure. We're going to be talking about the switches. We're going to be talking about the keycaps. We're going to be talking about
They're
all
not
this
paying
stuff. The art side of things. You could go on that website and you could browse for free, do a little window shopping, and you'll see what we're talking about.
Right. I'm on Amazon right now, right? And I look up gaming keyboard. The first thing that comes up is TKL mechanical gaming keyboard, 87 key RGB. So you can get the whole thing for $15 to $100, but it's not going to last you nearly as long as something that's going to cost a little bit more than $100 to $200. You know, like, and they're saying that they have the professional blue switch. It's not the same. You know what I mean? It's not a Kale or Gateron or Cherry MX. It's not that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, can you explain like what's the difference between a kale or a Gateron or all the switches?
They're all, it's kind of like it's kind of like, fast food restaurants. McDonald's is always going to be the one that's the main. That's been around the longest. Of course you have In-N-Out, but that's like a whole other thing. That's different. Then you got Burger King, then you got Wendy's, then you got Arby's. They're all following that, but McDonald's is always going to be the main one. So Cherry is the main is the main switch you're gonna want. They're all great between Kale, Gateron, and Cherry, but you always want to go with the one that's trusted and has the highest review. So that's why I trust Cherry the most. That's what I like to do. That's why I like to go with Cherry.
Right. Okay. So you like to go with Cherry. Okay, that's cool to know. That's good to know. I believe in Cherry. I would buy Cherry without thinking, right? The only thing about Cherry is,
and then Razer has their own thing with their
Razer has their switches, right? Let me think.
And the same layout, just kind of like their own thing. They have green, they have yellow, and they have orange. One's tactile, one's linear, one's in the middle. It's a blue, red, and brown.
Right, and we're going to be talking about that too. Difference between tactile, linear. I mean, that just is alien speak to some people, right? So I think the question...
Right, that's a whole nother language if you're putting it into a Spanish 3 class.
Thank you, well said. We're going to be, like... You were the one that was telling me about the Korean company, right? Or that... Was it that Korean gamers were using that Switch? Which one was it?
I don't really remember that.
Okay.
That well.
Okay, I believe one of the companies.
No, I don't actually.
Is Korean.
Maybe that was someone else.
It's not Gateron. Gateron, I believe, is out of China.
Right. Yeah.
And
Cherry is German.
Cherry's German, correct. And Gateron has been gaining a lot of traction because it's the cheapest Switch, and some people were arguing. Actually, they were just straight up saying that a couple of their Switches were better than Cherry because they're smoother. I believe the black Gateron Black.
And one of the biggest keyboards out there in the world right now is the Ducky 1-2 Mini, right? 60%. We'll get into all that later, but small, cherry keycaps, it's like the whole thing, and the And Pro 2 is another keyboard that's almost like McDonald's and Burger King. It's the same thing but different in a way, and they're using Gateron, and it's basically the exact same keyboard. I have friends that prefer the Ducky and friends prefer the And Pro 2, and they're basically the same thing.
I'm glad you're talking about that because we are in the mainstream keyboard category right now. Hey Nora, how are you? Mm-hmm. And so the Ducky is. I did want to talk about the Ducky brand because I like the Ducky brand. I'm even open to purchasing a Ducky mechanical keyboard. I think I just want to have the right version come along. Much later in the show, we're going to be talking about like what our keyboard needs and wants are. So I'm going to put a pin in that discussion so we can talk about that later. For now, I just want to talk about since we're on the subject of mid-tier or mainstream $100 to $200 keyboards. And you mentioned two of them. There's a third one, if I'm not mistaken. That's popular. We're talking about like the top three
that I use.
No, not that you use, but that's just out there in the market.
There's the main three that I know of is Ducky, Varmillo.
Oh, Varmillo.
And Vortex.
Okay. Wait, Vortex, but then
That's
what happened to
Varmillo.
What happened to the N Pro 2?
That is a different. That's I only know the one keyboard from them. The 3 brands I use are Ducky, and Vermillo and Vortex. That's the ones I'm using right now. I haven't bought an N Pro 2. I don't really plan to.
Okay.
There's different advantages about it, but
yeah, in terms of a keyboard that I might just plug in, I'm actually open to the N Pro 2. I watch videos on it. I think that,
and the N Pro 2s also can be Bluetooth as well.
Yeah, the wireless mechanical keyboard world is still a wild west. They haven't nailed it down. Even when you look at big companies like Ducky, I mean,
No.
they talked about doing the Freedom line. They talked about having a wireless keyboard, and then they brought it to a show. Imagine that, they brought it to a computer show or whatever, gaming show. They showed it off. People got it in their hands, and this is a development unit. And then what happened was they quietly canceled it, or they're working on it behind the scenes. And word on the street is that they had some issues.
Yeah.
They were trying to figure out
Nice.
problems,
Thank you.
and they wanted it to be.
Sorry, there's someone in my chat.
That's okay. Obviously, they wanted it to come out without issues. Like, they didn't want their brand name to be affected by a shoddy product, and by shoddy it means there was some issue with it. Not that there's but that's gonna make a product look cheap if when wireless stuff has to work, man, and consumers don't forgive. You got the first impression.
It can't be half-assed. It has to be full on.
Yes.
Shane, my I haven't had my headset in there. I'll put the headphones that I use
People
in
want to know
the
everything
in the chat. They're unfortunately you can't. They want to know everything. They're like headset, mouse, everything. They aren't available anymore, but you can try. They don't make them anymore, but they are. You can get them somewhere. So I'll put that in there for you.
Sweet. Okay.
Dude, I wish I could be able to pull my music because I have music in my own headphones, but I cannot put it on the stream, which I really want.
Right.
You're welcome, bro. Don't worry about it.
I love the music. I'd love to have it on there right now.
I want to put my desktop audio on.
Thanks for following, Mr. Poacher. Appreciate that.
This person says. He says you should give away your headphones at 100K subs. Yeah, absolutely not.
That's a nice dream. What a nice fantasy
no way
to have,
in fuck,
right?
Man. No way in fuck.
You can let him.
If only you knew how much these things cost.
It's free to dream, baby. It's free to dream. All right. So.
I mean, 100K subs, you could just buy another one, but that still might not even add up to how much they cost.
So let's stay laser focused, like a laser beam would be.
Right.
We've been talking about key
Laser
switches.
Yeet.
We got Team Yeet here. Big fans. Shout out to Laser Beam. Doing his thing. He's hustling. Hard worker.
No, I'm not.
So.
Yeah. Laser beam.
Yeah, what we were talking about the key switches. Have we covered everything with key switches?
Yeah, we have.
Okay.
I believe we have.
We were talking about the brands. Yeah, you guys can research those brands online, and unfortunately we don't have a lot of audio.
But you don't have to buy it because they're not paying us.
Yeah, you don't exactly. Thank you. Well said. One of the things I did want to maybe show on the stream.
Don't fucking buy it. They're not paying us.
I wanted to put this on the stream, okay? And I will describe it for those who are doing audio only. Let me add an image real quick. Bear with us for a second. Okay, so what I'm showing on the stream right now is I'll just put it in the center here. The Frozen Llama, which is Ducky's line from Ducky brand. Correct?
That's a nice keyboard. I wanted that, but they sold out too fast.
Yeah. Would you mind talking about what they're
It
bringing with
is.
this product, what it's all about?
Yeah, they're bringing limited edition here. You know, they're not. It's not. It's not gonna be. Yeah, it is a Ducky 1-2 mini, but they give you custom colorways, so they want you to buy it as quickly as possible, because they want them to have higher resale. You know, they make it look like it's gonna get you laid if you use it, but little do you know, it's just a keyboard.
All right. So, in terms of the
Right.
keyboard, okay, now like that product's out there. I think you and I like we've been amused by this. Like we like the playful colors. We like the like it's a 2-tone, 3-tone. It's actually a 3-tone keyboard. So you're seeing the purple, you're seeing the teal, you're seeing the blue.
Right.
And you have a custom case there. So I mean, it's a whole theme on a Ducky keyboard, which we like the Ducky brand. That's just our personal preference. They're not a sponsor. They haven't given us any money. But Ducky, if you're listening, we're open.
Don't fucking buy their product. They're not paying us.
We're open to sponsorship.
Oh, I'm open, motherfucker.
So
Oh yeah, of course.
what we're talking about here, this is kind of what we wanted to touch back on when we were talking about the customization of keyboard when we first started talking about the podcast.
Yeah, Nightbot is toxic.
What you're seeing here is just
Sorry.
you're seeing a compact. You know, they've been kind of working and refining the layout of the keys on the keyboard to get to something that a lot of people like, and this is something that a lot of people like. It's been a hit. I think you don't have the arrow keys on this particular compact variation, right? And
Although they do give you the function to do that, but you don't have the physical arrow keys. No.
would you go as far to say as this is a Fortnite tie-in without brand partnering with Fortnite?
Yeah. You know, they're not gonna say like the llama. It has the same color, it's the same style. When you think about that, when you think about that keyboard, you're looking at a llama. You know what I mean?
Yes, for sure.
Like,
so they're
you're looking at, if you go to my stream, you're looking at this. This is what you're looking at.
Yeah. So actually, what we're talking about here is they want to ride on the success of Fortnite, and they want to make money on the success of Fortnite and the people that already put money in to Fortnite. So you talk about Fortnite, you're talking about, okay, what do you have? Custom controllers on Xbox. What do you have? People buying the skins, right? You have people getting custom computer mouses.
Yeah.
And then ultimately the mechanical keyboard. When you're on the PC, this is like one of the ultimate things to have. It's personal expression. It's something to spend your hard-earned money on. And honestly, it's really fun. You
can show off multiple things.
Yeah, it makes me happy looking
at
at
there's a lot of options.
that. If that was sitting on my desk right now, I'd be happy just automatically. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah. They put you in a good mood.
Okay, like I guess
it's the perfection of perfection.
I should do full disclosure what keyboard I'm using, and this is just more like a keyboard check, like a wrist check. Basically, I have the Logitech G815, which is the non-wireless version of a low-profile mechanical brown switch keyboard, full RGB. You can change all the colors as much as you want. It has the programming where you can bring in all the different profiles. It has the memory keys and all that good stuff. Scroll wheel on it, and it's a. I was watching a review on it, and they said it's a magnesium plate where the keys are mounted onto. I was like, wow, that's really high end. I didn't even realize it is a nice weight to it. It's medium weight. It's not heavy. It's not light. It's a
I don't know what the fuck that is, dude. What the hell?
That's an exotic metal. So we're talking about expensive stuff. So I was like, wow, that pleases me. I like to. I bought the keyboard. Here's why. I was in the store. I typed on it, and I said, "This is gonna be mine, right?" I manifested.
Sign me up.
Sign me the freak up. Yeah. So, there we go. Oh, okay.
Sign me the fuck up.
Rock says in the chat, I have the frozen llama with a llama emoji. That's great, man. That's awesome. That congratulations to you, 'cause that is an absolute beautiful.
Yeah, I have.
keyboard.
I have duckies. Unfortunately, we all know what Albie and I know what happened to one of them. That thing is not coming back. But
yeah, that's a sad
I do
story.
have the all white one with multiple rubber with multiple. Right, with I didn't delor it. I didn't break it in half. Okay,
Yeah.
but I didn't. I have an all white version with multiple rubber keycaps on it that have different, kind of feeling to it.
Right. So okay, that's great. We did really good on that. Let's, it's such an odd place. Where do you fit this in? We're talking about keyboards and the key switches. Just to finish up on that. Actually, I have something to say on the switches. So we'll go into what's the difference between the switches? And the difference between the switches is what it comes down to. How hard is it to press the switch? If a switch has a click or a tactile feel or not.
Right.
If it doesn't, it's known as a linear switch. So
it's the amount of force and the amount of grams it takes to push to activate the switch.
That's what makes the difference of the different colors or versions of the mechanical switches. Okay? Okay, that's just the explanation for the uninitiated.
Yeah.
What I want to talk about here is the future, man. A new reality. A reality that's already arrived. Gateron has come on the scene.
Opening a portal, man.
A portal's open. Because we're talking about optical mechanical switches. We're no longer talking about pure mechanical switches. Bloody, I saw them at E3, man. They came on with optical keyboards, but their keyboards had a certain design, certain layout, certain color, certain technology. And I gotta tell you, I was never attracted to their products. I was only attracted to what they had, which at the time, for a long time, they were exclusive, having an optical switch, which basically, if you think about it, there's a laser. When that laser is broken by you pushing the the keyboard down, the keycap, the laser is broken and it registers the button press. Okay, so we're talking about a futuristic
as a key press.
As a key press, thank you. We're talking about a futuristic thing, and the future is here. We're in the future. By the way, it's 2020, man. I know that maybe I sound like an old man. It's 2020. We're in the future right now. Yeah, we don't have the flying cars, but we got optical mechanical switches. So Gateron came on the scene at a budget price and brought something.
We have literal lasers and keyboards. Get it together.
It's insane, and do you realize what they did, man? They came in and they're stealing thunder and part of the pie from Cherry MX, German company, because they're offering an optical solution.
It's like Fauna Mouse. It's like Fauna Mouse and Glorious.
Yeah, there's some rivalry, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
So I thought that was really cool, and in fact, I ordered a keyboard with optical mechanical switches, and I guess that will lead into the entry level keyboards, because let's just touch on entry level and high end, okay? Because we can go over this really quickly. Entry level keyboards, man, you can go on Amazon, you can get a amazing keyboard for $50 to $60, which is in everyone's budget. And I actually ordered a few.
Yeah, it's not gonna last you a year, but it's gonna last you enough.
Yeah, it's like it's these are for fun. These are good. These are budget. These are entry level. This is something to get you into it. You can learn about the keyboards. A lot of guys will disassemble these, and they say it's easy. It only took me 45 minutes, and it was straightforward to do. And that's a project. That's a learning experience. We're educational, so doing that is great, because you don't want to open your Ducky keyboard.
Right.
You don't want to open your custom keyboard that was made in a shop somewhere for you.
Cult number one in the world that you can never replace.
Right. Yeah, irreplaceable, right? Yeah, for sure. Well said. So these are the ones that you can actually mess around with, and if you're the hands-on kind of guy, these are the ones that you want to be switching keycaps on all the time and switching key switches on, right? You just pop them off and put them in because they're hot swappable. Right. It's not like the old days where everything was soldered in. Now we have hot swap.
Yeah.
Where you can take the switch out, put it in, and you can mix and match any switch in any position on your keyboard. And we're just talking about $50 to $100.
You know, Random Frank P did a video.
Yeah.
Tell me about Random Frank P did a video where he built a keyboard with, you know, there's hundreds of switches out there, there's thousands, but he built a keyboard with a different type of switch on every, not like red, green, Whoa. Not like red, blue, and yellow. I mean he did like Gateron clear, this cream, that, you know, it's just, and he has a wall of switches itself, and it's just it's crazy. Yeah, it's nuts. Right. It's definitely crazy.
So that's an interesting project that he did. He likes to have fun with it. And damn it, they need to make fresh content for YouTube, don't they? You can't be mad at them. Damn it, they need to make fresh.
Yeah, they really do.
So that's the whole Switch discussion. I think what we want to move on to is, I'm looking at my notes. Keyboard, mechanical keyboard customization trends. Keyboard 2019 into 2020.
Yeah, they really do. Right.
We already kind of went over some of the stuff that we're seeing.
You know,
but I'd love to hear what you have to, you know, because you're in this, man. You're the keyboard master, so take it away, man. Tell us.
You know, with 2019 to 2020 is like it's been a big step for keyboards. You know, there's different, you know, it's like a person. There's never going to be the same one. Never, ever. Never.
Is that right?
And you know, there's gonna be, you know, similarities. Some people are gonna have red hair. Some people are gonna have the same shoes on, but they're not gonna be the same at heart. You know.
Right.
And you know, it's, you know, you can do so much from putting, you know, the different keycaps to having a different colored foam sheet in the middle of your keyboard to make it one off that no one else has.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, the X factor, isn't it? Something that you put in that nobody else has, that you made it or somebody made it for you, and you apply it, you put it in, you customize it. True customization. Nothing, not off the shelf.
Right.
True imagination. A new reality.
Yes. A new reality.
So in terms of trends, man, what do you think has been happening in the keycap world? What have we been seeing in trending, going like recently? Like, what was the old trend and what's the new? What's happening?
The old one was probably like, you know, just colorful. Now there's stuff that's going to last longer. There's ABS, there's PBT, there's all types of shit. I prefer, you know, I use rubber most of the time.
Well, rubber's cool.
For my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all that.
Yeah. But rubber's specialty.
Rubber's cool.
Rubber's specialty.
But right now I just have a vintage, right now I just have a set of vintage ABS.
Like,
and that's that's what I'm using right now.
This is what I want to say, man. Okay, if you get your hands on ABS, that's cool. But I would not even put my dollar toward ABS caps. It is double shot PBT keycaps that don't wear off, and they, you know, and they're gonna last forever. That's where you want to be. Period.
Yeah.
Don't mess around with ABS. Yeah. You know, don't buy a product that is just not gonna fail you. It's gonna let you down. It's not going to deliver. I mean, think about it. You're just putting your hard-earned money toward that. It's not going to serve you. It makes sense to spend a
Yeah.
little tiny bit more money and
Yeah.
get PBT and support the companies that are doing PBT caps. Don't support the cheap ones that are trying to get by. And they have a lot of problems. They have, you know, they wear off. They're not printed well.
Yeah.
You know?
I've been using these for like a month now. They're not wearing off yet, but there's definitely you can see the text. You can literally see the texture difference.
The texture
You can
difference,
see
right?
how it's not gonna last forever.
Exactly. So you're seeing it already.
And they're
like worn
obviously
down.
they're not gonna last 10 years, but they're not gonna last 2 months and then die. They're gonna last a fair amount of time, but they're not gonna last as long as PBT. Nowhere near.
So
You know?
I think what you're saying is you're getting enjoyment out of them.
Yeah, I like them. They're not bad at all.
Okay.
I wouldn't. This is my first time using ABS. Well, I've bought one ABS pair of keycaps,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have one that came stock with it, and I've been liking them a lot.
Okay. Okay.
But then again, my hands don't really get sweaty or anything like that. So
Some
Yeah.
people do. So
yeah.
what about trends? Let's see. We talked about that. Switches. What are people getting for switches? Because I've seen the mechanical brown switch kind of being a force to be reckoned with, man. And I know now
The
that.
brown is the way to go for me.
Tell them why. Tell the people why.
Because there's different things you can everyone has their different likings. Some people like red. There's no bump. There's no feedback sound. Of course you're gonna get feedback. There's no sound. There's no audio sound to that. With like just the main color, there's blue, which is loud and is gonna give you that response where it's gonna want your parents to have you shut the fuck up in the middle of the night, because that's happened to my friends where it's 2 a.m, we're playing Fortnite, and they're like, you need to get off that thing right now because I can't sleep.
Wow.
But brown gives you the feeling of a blue, where you have the response, but you don't have the noise.
Right. Okay. That's what you want.
And that's what some people want.
That's what a lot of people want. That's the trend. And I've been you can consider me early adopter trendsetter on that one, because I got into the browns, and I was like, all the other stuff right now for me is not even considered, not an option, not gonna happen. I wasn't going for, and that's a little bit of me. I'm kind of strange because.
And
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, tell them.
No, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was gonna say that I use rubber bands sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm not using anything on this keyboard that I use right now. I'm just straight rocking with it, and there's a lot of noise even though it's just brown, but there's a different case on it. On my Ducky, I always use rubber bands.
So you
I think 60A hardness rubber bands on a keyboard, because that's.
So you want to do a silencer, like a secret agent.
Yeah. I don't really like loudness, because that's like, if you're paying for brown, you want feedback but no noise. So why, if you're not getting all the noise, why not just have a little help on there? It's like practicing safe sex,
So you want to do away with the clacking.
You got to have that.
You don't want bottoming out noise.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
You don't want that in your stream when you're trying to play and all you hear is.
There you go.
You don't want that.
I love the sound effects. Yes, you're right. Yeah, I've had people that say, yeah, your keyboard sound is driving me crazy or whatever. So
shut the fuck up. Let me do what I do.
Okay, we have to finish the tiers of keyboards on high-end discussion. Let's get into the high-end keyboard world,
man.
and just illuminate the top of the glacier, because we know it's a big subject. But if we could just look at the peak,
the
the pinnacle,
it's the new reality.
it can be a new reality if you can,
Yeah.
if you're willing to shell out that much.
If you can fucking afford that.
Some people,
Yeah, if you're going to shell out $3,500 fucking dollars, why
can
not?
you afford it, right? That's a fair question.
Oh yeah, that's one of the main. You know, there's either way. Ducky is gonna put you in the more. It's gonna put you in the higher tier either way. Ducky,
Ducky's
Vermillo, all that. It's gonna put you in the higher tier no matter what.
understandable. In turn, you're talking about some of the best.
But
of
then
the
they
best.
have, I
Some
think
of the really
every.
good keyboards, right?
Yeah. That's one of the best that you can buy that everyone can get, that most people can afford,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
But then you have these people that are stupid, like Tifu, that want to get a fucking $3,500, their name engraved, one-off key cult 60%, fucking the whole shebang that no one else will ever have. You know what I mean?
Can I just say this, man?
And you have to be financially ready to do that.
Can I say this?
Yeah.
Like I hate to give away my artistic, my creativity, but like I'm opening up on the vlog for people, and like two trends I've seen is the wood base, a case made of wood, and the other one has been, I sent you a picture where it's like acrylic or it's like a frosted, and the light is coming through it, so it has like an underglow effect, and the base or the case has a glow. With RGB effect, obviously, why not? I mean, taste the rainbow, right? So, I mean, those are the things that have been trending, and it's like, anytime, this is like car customization, all right? I can make an equivalent here to car customization because I've been in that world since high school. That was ages ago.
Mm-hmm.
That you don't necessarily want to tell people what wheels you're gonna get, or what color LEDs you're gonna run in your car, or what brand intake you're gonna want to put on it, because that's like, you're a trendsetter, man. When you're a trendsetter, you don't want people to bite off you, copy you, until you've already made a splash on the scene, man. So like the stuff that's happening now, people can release a video on
like
YouTube. Yeah, go ahead, go on.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt you. You always, RGB and all that is great, but you'd rather have an all black car that's not gonna break down you, that's not gonna fuck you over, it's not gonna leave you stranded in the middle of the desert, but then a flashy car that's gonna break down in 10 miles or 100,000 miles. You want to have the looks and the safety of a Tesla, but you want to have the speed,
the engineering
of one of the fastest cars in the world. You know what I mean?
The quality.
Right. And that's why Mike, we both know, you've been to my house, we both know that I like a little bit of color,
Right.
What's the world without color?
Right.
But, the keyboard that I use right now, there's no RGB whatsoever. Nothing.
Right. The whole thing about RGB.
But that's different because there's you're that's what you want.
Yeah, the whole lighting thing for me is there's a utility, there's a functionality to it, there's a need for it, because I do low light situations all the time. Day in, day out, the lighting changes. I have dimmers, and the sunlight comes and goes, so I gotta have backlight so that I'm consistent and I don't have to worry about. The keyboard is one thing you don't want to worry about. Mouse is the other, but the keyboard is so important, and it's an unsung hero, man. Keyboard sits there ready to deliver for you our triumphs, man, our achievements, whatever it may be. It's a very much an unsung hero. So it's like, set yourself up for success and get a banging keyboard.
Yeah. Yeah, and also, the mouses are as equivalent and or more important, Yeah.
Yeah, we could. The mouse is an entire discussion, but we're hot on the keyboards right now.
We could talk about that another day.
I think there's an interplay, and there's
Yeah,
obviously,
we're hot on that. We can do that there. I think if I may.
Yeah. Go for it.
We're if this if we enjoy doing the podcasting, we want to get, obviously I need to be streaming Fortnite, I need to be doing tournaments, I need to be on that, but we could make this a thing that we do every once in a while, or a schedule for it, but we want to have everything set up, equipped. It's like a keyboard, you have to have it the way you need it. We want to be able to have music in the background, because right now I have music in my ears but not in the background. People are going to want that.
Of course.
So
setup is king. We're just doing
Right.
what we can do.
Yeah.
We had a rough start today. We didn't even
Right.
start on time.
I'd kill to have my music. Yeah, we were delayed for an hour, and we have delayed voices. We're cutting each other off, and I can't have music on my stream, which also sucks.
Yeah, we're gonna get it all sorted out. This is just, we're making it happen today. That's the thing. I didn't want to be one of those
Right.
guys who's just like, oh, I give up on the whole
Yeah,
thing. And
it's the test
not
run.
doing it. It's a test run for us, for our setup. But we learned a lot today. So you learned about keyboards, and we learned about
Right.
podcast setup. Honestly, I've done everything in streaming world but podcast setup.
Yeah.
I thought podcast is going to be one of the easiest things, and it's a challenge. So hats off to those that do it.
It's
So,
hard.
set it and forget it is what we want.
Right.
Get it right and then leave it.
Right.
So, let's see.
Mhm.
Getting on to, I feel like this is going to be a big piece of the chocolate bar here that we might be biting, because we're talking about keyboard needs, man. Your needs, my needs, keyboard things that you want, my want. What do I want? Isn't that like a big deal?
Right. Yeah. There's wants and needs, but sometimes the needs are going to be over the wants.
I want to hear what mechanical keyboard things Hayday needs. What do you need?
I need something that's going to last. Something that's not going to, like I said, not going to last, not going to break down, I don't want to have to buy a $5 replacement piece. I don't have to do any of that crap. I want something that's going to be somewhat, that's going to look good. Of course, you want it to look good. That's not a necessity, but that's part of the keyboard. That's part of the expression. We saw that blue whale keyboard, and they were making that thing seem like it's just a new life.
That marketing video. Should we just play that marketing video, bro?
But I want it to be. They're not even play. They're not. You know what, man? They're not paying us. They're not
paying us enough.
Someday.
Okay.
Someday.
Okay.
They're not paying us at all, dude.
I know. You know.
But,
that was true.
I want brown switches. I want small, compact, 65% or less. I want PBT or ABS, because you can, keycaps that's a whole different thing. You can get into that. I want ABS, PBT. I want a durable cord, and preferably something that's not gonna rattle. I don't want switch rattle. You know what I mean? Or
Okay.
or yeah, switch rattle.
So, forgive me, but for the people that are getting into the mechanical keyboard world, or even maybe they've had tons of keyboards, can you just explain for the audience, what is keyboard rattle, and why you don't want it because it makes noise, or does it feel good, or both? Explain it for the world. Yeah.
It makes unneeded noise. It just makes it sound. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound like it doesn't sound stable. It doesn't sound. It's kind of like if you screw in something. If you do it half-assed, it's gonna wiggle. It's like wiggle. You don't want wiggle. You want it to be solid. You want it to last.
Yes.
You want to know that it's gonna work.
Yes.
And the rattle isn't the worst thing ever, but if you have different parts of one, like a space bar can rattle on each side. If you have one side that's strong and you have one side that rattles, it's like it's not gonna be even.
So, like in the keyboard world, you talk about when you're talking about rattle, you're talking about a few things. You're talking about tight tolerances. You're talking about and rigidity, like a metal plate versus plastic. You're talking about stabilizers, and you're talking about the build of the switch and how much the switch resists wiggle. So it's a lot of factors in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
You have any other needs?
It is. No.
Okay.
You know, you want it. You obviously you want it. You know, you might want to do a custom one that's not going to be 3,500 and more, but sometimes you might go out of the way and get a $400, $500, $600 keyboard. So you might add a space cable. You might add, you know, a different case. You might want to add something a little bit more, something a little crazy.
Yeah, so you're really getting into the wants right now, right?
Yeah, but you know it's not a need. The needs are kind of laid out. Not gonna break. You're not gonna have to replace anything. You're not gonna have you want small compact. Cause me, I play with a different keyboard positioning than everyone else. You know, I only know a few people that play with the way I do. You know, I don't play horizontal. I play vertical. So I don't want long I don't want long. I want slim. I want a small and slim.
Okay. So you're talking about. So you're really. I totally get what you're saying because I know your play style. I know I've seen your desk layout and everything regularly, and so I realize that you turn your keyboard sideways. Essentially, instead of it going left to right, it goes up and down. It goes from top to bottom. So what you're referring to is the width of the case.
Yeah.
The case thickness from the top and the bottom, or specifically from the hand side, which in your case is your dominant hand on keyboard, which is left hand
Right.
on keyboard. So really, you're talking about potential interference.
Yeah.
With your fingers and your palm and your hand getting to the keys and all that stuff, and so it's a bit of a ergonomic situation that we're getting into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I totally understand that. So that's great. You made some really great points. And like let's go into the dream reality, man. The dream world. Like just go wild with it. Like you want the custom. Like this is the wants, right? So you talked about it. Custom keyboard. You know, I want a custom.
Right.
You know, cable, and I want. What else? What do you want? Like go wild with it. What do you like? What would you like to see that hasn't been developed yet?
There's, you know, without the money involved, you know, like that's a whole different thing is the money involved. But if I could just go wild, man, I want to someday. I don't know if I want to go crazy and build a $3,500 keyboard, but I definitely want to get a $600,000-$700,000. Someday. That's one of the cool things, you know. You want, you know, one of the cool things that you can kind of do is you can get like a custom escape key. That's one of the things you can do. You can get fully customized. You can get custom space, but you can get customized everything. But I definitely want kind of like a ducky layout with 60%. You know, I want custom keycaps. I want you know, some sort of cable that's you know, it's probably a space cable. Rubber keycaps with, you know, the imagination is endless, you know. It doesn't end.
You know, I was looking online in a few different places. I was like, why can't I find a full keyboard cap set made out of rubber? Does that exist? Without you having to buy enough caps to cover that?
No, it does not. I thought it did, but it doesn't.
I mean,
it doesn't. No, it doesn't. They give you the standard. This.
Yeah.
The standard, what they give you, is when you buy keycaps is 1 2 3 4 5 6 QWERASDF, and then you can add ZXCF ZV, but they don't give you, they give you extra, but you can do different rows, but you know that's you have to get them blank. They don't make like the rest of the keyboard like that.
I was like blown away that one company has not yet produced a full rubberized rubber keycap set, even for a 60%.
Yeah, we'd like to see that.
If manufacturers are listening, man, put that shit together and put our name on it because we helped you come up with it, apparently.
Yeah.
I did notice in the keyboard
and
world
then we can tell people to go out and buy it because they're paying us.
They like to like drop names in the keyboard world, like so and so is using it, or this company X, this company. You know, like have you noticed that?
Yeah, Ducky gained population off of Tfue because he had the 60% with the rubber keycaps.
There you go.
That's why they gained the popularity.
Right. So, I just want to... I think we're going to be wrapping things up soon. I want to quickly just talk about needs and wants in my keyboard world. And what I'm doing right now is, like, I have a keyboard in mind that I want. And I'm realizing that I haven't been able to find it, and I don't think it's out there yet.
It's hard to find.
It's hard to find, but the features are not... The features are out there, but there's just no one keyboard that has it all, is what I think has happened.
Yeah. You have a fair amount of wants and fair amount of needs as well.
So let me get into, like, what my requirements are, okay? Like, it's not my keyboard unless it has my requirements.
Yeah.
And my requirements are not like... It's not like Mars or even the moon, okay? But I do want a badass keyboard. So I'm looking for a wireless and wired gaming type connection. It has to be a high-speed connection. It can't be anything that's janky or doesn't register key presses in time. It's got to be gaming equivalent. I want to have... And see, like, I'm opening up my requirements so that I can find a keyboard that does this. I could say I want a 60%, but I'm actually open 60% to 75% on the layout. So it could be, you know, it doesn't have the home and delete, page up, page down keys, or it can have those. I'm relaxed on that because I want to find this keyboard. I want to have hot swappable switches. That's the latest trend. I believe in that because I want to be able to change my switches out. And if one of my, like as one of your friends said, if one of those switches fails, you don't want to throw the whole bathwater out with the baby. You don't want to have to break your keyboard over your knee like a backbreaker in wrestling because one of your switches broke. You want to be able to just take that switch out, pop in a new replacement, and game on. So I love that. I like that redundancy or reliability that it brings in. I just like the idea of being able to change my keys, and I think that's the trend now. That's happening now. Then my switches. I have a switch right now that I'm eyeing. It's the Cherry MX Red Silent version. Not the Cherry MX Red, which has been OG. It's been around forever. The Cherry MX Red Silent is new, and you can go on their website and you can read all about it. Essentially, it's in line with the brown switches and the switches that are silent, really. And it's labeled as a silent keyboard switch. So that's big for them to say silent. That's like saying that it's a silencer, not a suppressor. If you know the difference, it's something that actually eliminates sound. And when you hear the sound clips, you're like, holy
they make
shit.
you pay extra for it too.
They make you pay extra for it. For example, you go on a keyboard and you select that as an option, you actually have to pay more money to get those switches in there. They don't just have it as an option. And then my needs, man, my requirement, I gotta have rigidity. I gotta have quality. I want something with weight, and I want something that's cold to the touch. I want that metal base. I want a metal case.
That's a pretty bold statement that they make you.
I'm like, I want the Terminator. Okay? When I bought my last Logitech keyboard, okay, the G710 Plus, They ran that sucker over with an APC tank. They popped the keycaps back on, and they kept on typing, and that thing worked.
Right.
That's the kind of durability that sold me. And all I'm just asking is put a metal plate inside and make it a metal case. I'm not asking for the world to change. I'm just asking for something. Now, if you look at manufacturers out there like Ducky, they have the Mecha. The Mecha keyboard. It's a metal case. It's beautiful. But it's not wireless. So, it's not meeting my requirements. So, on the requirements list, I gotta have the flip-up feet, and not just flip-up feet. That's not good enough.
You want the new reality.
I want the new reality. The flip-up feet is old news. That's from the original days.
Right.
I need to have a 2-level flip-up feet. And I have it on this keyboard right here. 2-level. Logitech does it. Not a lot. We're seeing it out there. You do see that feature, and you're like, that's really nice.
Yeah.
You can flip it up to level 1, and if you want to increase the angle, you flip it up to level 2.
Yeah.
That is something that I'm not compromising on. I just like to have adjustability with my angle. And that's something like, it either feels right when you're typing on it, or it doesn't feel right. And I need my keyboard to feel right. Okay?
Yeah.
And then, that's pretty much my requirement and wants list.
Yeah.
But
God knows your requirements have to be met.
My requirements, man. And I know I can do my wants, because my wants are easy. I want, like, you want
to have different levels.
What I want is the writing on the sides of the keycaps.
Yeah.
Facing the user. I don't want the writing on top of the keycap.
Right.
Which you've seen that out there. This is like,
what the fuck? Why can't we do it, bro?
It could be done. The dreams can become reality. So, we're talking about, that's the wants. Custom, yes, I do want a custom handmade, cable. USB Type-C charging cable and communication cable. Yeah. What do I want? I want a custom, not necessarily custom, excuse me. Don't want to use the C word. I just want a carrying case. There's carrying cases you can buy online that fits the keyboard and that matches it, in some way. I just want that because I want to be able to put my wireless keyboard in a case and have it protected and be able to carry it somewhere if I want. That's the freedom that wireless gives you. So, that's not asking a lot.
Yeah.
And if I'm being honest, I do want the drop samurai keycaps. That's a want.
Yeah.
That's not a need.
Right.
That'd be great to have. That'd be like a dream, So anyway, that's just I think that's enough on that subject. So
the portal can open.
The portal can open. Yeah. So I guess we're gonna be wrapping up
Space
the podcast
cable probably.
for now, right? Yeah. So let me see. You still there with me?
Right.
They got a bit of a delay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So,
unfortunately, I am going to have to wrap up in the next minute.
Yeah. Yeah. Say your last thoughts. Wrap up, and then I'll do a closing.
Yeah. 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 I'm gonna have to wrap up. I'd love to finish this tomorrow though. Right. But I have to wrap up, but I would love to finish this tomorrow.
Okay. I'm getting a bit of a, I don't know if I heard it twice, but Anyway,
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. I'd love to do it tomorrow or whenever you're available.
yeah.
I'll be home tomorrow.
Okay. We'll figure that all out. We'll get it disseminated to our
Yeah, yeah.
adoring fans. I thank you very much for being on the podcast and bringing all your fresh ideas and bringing your opinions and your personality into it.
Yeah.
Um,
We this is a lot of fun. Thank you for having me on. This is a lot of fun, but I do have to wrap up. But
okay.
I'd love to make another appearance on this. It's a lot of fun. Maybe we can get our stuff sorted out with music and no delay. That'd be the main goal.
Yeah, we're gonna figure that out.
But that was a lot of fun. So we definitely should do this again. For
Yeah,
sure.
I had a lot of fun too. All right, thank you everybody for tuning in. We will be putting our social media in the description. I do want to plug Hayday. He is twitch.tv/not Hayday. That is NOTHAYDAY. He does have a creator code, I believe, for Fortnite. So use him when you buy stuff. He'll be happy to provide that. And yeah, what I want to say is if you do like us, make sure you follow him to hear more opinions on him and watch his wonderful
Yeah, man, it's a lot of
Fortnite
fun.
gaming
Appreciate it.
streaming. Thank you. And I am available. I'm on the social media. I got Twitter, twitter.com/Alvy13. I have my Twitch, which this is being played on right now, twitch.tv/Alvy13. And then you will probably most likely be seeing this on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. And we love to see the comments and interactions, especially everybody here. We're going to be seeing more people brought into the podcast arena, and all those people want to see those comments, and we all kind of like confer with each other and talk about that. So anyway, that's it for this podcast, episode 3. And we'll see everybody. Take care. Have a good night. And yeah. Goodbye.